Assalamualaikum and good morning to my dear friends and also future lecturer Madam Dalia binti Abdul Aziz. My name is Nurliana binti Muhammad Mahfud, 17 DHF 20F1022 from DHF 2B as the first presenter, and my partner is Maulin Muiz bin Nusli as the second presenter. We will present the topic classification of vegetables. First of all, I will explain about the definition of vegetables before getting into the first point. Vegetables are part of plants which can be eaten raw, cooked, preserved in some form. Vegetables are very important role in our diet property choose cooked or raw. They make an invaluable contribution to the supply of vitamin and mineral. Now I will be talking about the type and characteristic of vegetables. First, cabbage family is a wide range of vegetables used for their heads, flower and leaf, such as cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli and Brussels sprout. Second, we got leafy vegetables is a plant grown specially for their edible leaf, such as bok choy, sorrel, mizuna, also lettuce. Third, we got stalk vegetable is a plant stem that are high in cellulose, such as artichoke, asparagus, celery, and fennel. Fourth, seeds and pod is edible seeds are also known as legume. Legume is apart from sweet corn. Seeds grown in pod which are sometimes eaten along with the seed, such as peas, green peas, and bird bean. Next, roots are those grow underground and directly connected to the plant via leaves or leaf stem, such as carrot, parsnip, and turnip. After that, tubers are connected to root system, however they are not directly connected to the stem and leaf of plant, such as sweet potato, and Jerusalem artichoke. Next pulse is dry bean, such as cowpea, mung bean, and soya bean. Then, bulb usually grow just below the surface of the ground and produce a fleshy, leafy shoot above ground. Also usually consists of layer or cluster segments such as garlic, onion, green onion, and leek. Next, fruit vegetable is a vegetable with a pulpy, seed-rich body which grow on a vine, such as tomato, bell pepper, and cucumber. After that, fungi or mushroom. Mushrooms are not actually vegetables, they are an edible fungus. For that reason, they are in a class of their own nutrition, such as enoki, shiitake, and oyster. Lastly, flower vegetables are so called because they have the shape of flowers. They are usually small in size and appear like many flower buds clustered together, such as broccoli, artichoke, and cauliflower. This slide is about composition and structure of vegetables. Mineral substances are present in salts of organic or inorganic acid or as complex organic combination. The mineral substance content is normally between 0.60 and 1.80%, and more than 60 elements are present. The major elements are calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, iron, and zinc. Carbohydrates are the main components among the other food nutrients present in vegetables. This may be present in form of starch, sugar, cellulose, and peptide substance. Starch is the chief nutrient of fruits and tubers. Sugar is supplying energy for nutrition and it is the highest in beetroot, carrot, and turnip. The fiber structure of vegetables, including cellulose and pectin, give them shape and firmness. In some cases, it is too tough to be eaten raw, such as cabbage. Next, fat is one of the three main macronutrients along with carbohydrate and protein. Protein is the best plant-based source, include tofu, chickpeas, and peanut, which are classed as legume. After that, structure. Like other living things, vegetables are made out of cells. There are many different types of cells within even a simple vegetable, and each has different functions within the plant. Plant cells have a fairly rigid cell wall, composed mainly of cellulose, lignin, and some proteins. As you can see, a plant cell showing some of the organelles and structure in the picture. I will pass the next slides to the second presenter. Thank you.
Now I'm gonna continue with cooking and handling of vegetables. Why is it important to handle vegetable carefully? During the growing phase, veggies and fruit may be contaminated by the soil and water. After vegetable and fruit is harvested, those products pass through many hands, which increase the contamination risk. Contamination can also occur once the product has been purchased during food prep or even during storage. So now there are 6 ways to handling of our vegetables. First is check, secondly is clean, third is separate, four is cook, five chill, and six is throw away. The firstly we must check our vegetable, which means never buy damaged or bruised fresh fruit and vegetables. Secondly, only buy cut fruit and vegetables such as packaged salad and pre-cut melons that are refrigerated. Now we are going to start number 2, that is clean. Okay, first we must wash hands with soap and warm water for at least 20 seconds before and after handling fresh fruit and vegetables. Secondly, wash all surface and utensils such as cutting board, countertop or knife with hot water and soap before and after preparing fresh fruit and vegetables. Thirdly, we must rinse all fresh fruit and vegetables under running tap water, including those with skin and beans that you will not be eating. Um, Number 4, we must, while rinsing under running tap water, rub or scrub skin fruits and vegetables with a clean vegetable brush. And lastly, we must never use detergent or bleach to wash fresh fruit or vegetables since these products are not consumable. Okay, thirdly is separate. First, when shopping, separate fresh fruit and vegetable from household, chemical, and raw food, such as meat, poultry, and seafood. Number 2, store fresh fruit and vegetables separately from raw meat, poultry, or seafood in the refrigerator. Thirdly, always wash kitchen utensil and cutting board with hot soapy water between preparation of fresh food and vegetable and raw meat, poultry, and seafood. Next is cook. First, you must remove and throw away bruised or damaged portion of fruit and vegetable before cooking or eating raw. Number 2, throw away any fruit or vegetable that will not be cooked if it has touched raw meat, poultry, or seafood. Step number 5 is chill. It means refrigerated all cut, peel, or cooked fresh fruit and vegetable within 2 hours of preparation. The last step is throw away. Throw away fresh cut up, peeled, or cooked fruit and vegetables that have not been refrigerated within 2 hours. The conclusion for this checkpoint is we know eating fresh fruit and vegetable will help to keep us healthy. However, it is always important to clean fresh produce with safe water, peeling root crops, and removing out the leaf of leafy vegetables to reduce soil residue. To help ensure you and your family are protected from harmful substances. So, follow these simple handling steps to help keep your produce safe. Now, we're gonna continue with type of vegetable cutting. So, these are following vegetable cutting and chopping style that every serious cook should master. Taking time to learn and practice this technique will go a long way in simplifying and expediting your cooking process. Each of these techniques are designed to produce food with different size and consistencies in order to improve taste and cooking consistency. The first is fine dice. This particular technique will allow you to fine dice vegetable and fruit. Normally, the fruit is cross-cut and then sliced across the stick in order to create fine cubes. Food that are commonly brownised include turnips, onion, and carrot. Next is shredding. The chiffonade technique is usually used on big vegetables and herbs. Some examples include spinach, lettuce, basil herbs, and cabbage. This is accomplished by first cutting the food into long strips and then cross-cutting them in the preferred thickness. Next is matchstick cut. The julienne technique allows you to cut food into long, thin, matchstick-like pieces. This is a casting style that is normally used for zucchini, carrot, celery, and capsicum, but it can be used on virtually any type of vegetables. Large dice. This particular technique is used to cut vegetable and fruit into large cubes, which is ideal for preparing vegetables that will be used in soup. Cook also cut melon and other type of large fruit using this technique. So, when using this technique, it is important to have a flat surface to cut on. Next is slicing. Slicing is a technique in which you cut food into thin slices that are relatively broad in comparison to the slice dip. You can use this technique on meat, fruit, and vegetable for use any of number of vegetables. Mincing. Mincing creates a food with an even smaller consistence that you will be able to use the Brunoise technique. To use this technique effectively, you will need to hold your knife handle with one hand and use your other hand to keep the blade in contact with the cutting surface, while bring your blade down into the food. Next is roll cutting. This is a common technique that used to cut long fruit and vegetables such as zucchini and carrot. Using this technique will allow you to make more alternative pieces while exposing more of the food surface. Parallel cutting. This is a technique that is used to cut broad, thin slices of vegetable and meat. You accomplish this by laying your food flat on the cutting surface and angling your knife blade parallel to the cutting surface in order to cut through the food. The last step of cutting is crushing. This is a technique that is used to crush food like garlic and ginger, and it is best accomplished by using a flat surface like a walnut, cutting board, and using a large blade to press downward on the food. That's all from me and Dana in present about explain the classification of vegetable. Thank you for lending your ears and eye for our presentation. Thank you very much.